Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now today we got a 2-for-1 special. We're going to be talking about Mushoku Tensei's very sickening fanboys breaking their spine in half so they can bend over backwards and defend this disgusting Diddy type anime, which is very annoying to me. And then we're also going to be talking about Amouranth and her stupid husband having a mental breakdown on social media, which is which is very funny when you think about it. But anyway, here's the thing, right? I know the last time I talked about this anime, I said it's going to be a while before I talk about it again. The reason for that is whenever I talk about losers like Chibi Reviews, that absolute fucking weirdo, whenever I talk about people like that, it really does piss me off. And I'm like, you know what, I think I need to take a little bit of a break from like even talking about these people. It pisses me off for the simple fact that he is a part of the community that I love, which is the anime community. And people like him, absolute fucking weirdos like this guy, makes the anime community look bad. They just give us a bad rep, they give us a bad name. People generalize the whole community still in 2025, and it sucks. Now me personally, I try not to give a fuck about what normal people have to say about my hobbies and that type of stuff, but at the same time I'm not going to pretend it doesn't bother me a little bit. I'm only human, you know? So anyway, I know I did say, you know, I wasn't going to talk about this guy again for a while, this topic I should say, but then I came across this other person, Monty Sensei. So Monty Sensei, at first I was like, you know what, this guy seems smart, he seems to have some really solid takes. I watched a few of his videos and he was making some really good points. Dude made some really good points about the fact that there's way too much bullshit propaganda and agenda pushing happening in modern media, including movies, TV shows, and anime, right? And I agree, there's too much of that and it needs to stop, okay? I fully agree with that. But then the dude had to fucking ruin it when, you know, turns out he has 2 videos defending Mushoku Tensei on his channel, and I was just extremely disappointed. The first video, I'll just give you all a quick rundown. The first video is pretty much him desperately on his knees trying to suck off the creator. So this guy in the helmet here is the creator of Mushoku Tensei. It is a very degenerate type anime, and dude is just sucking him off for like 5-6 minutes in this video. This is the first video. The second video is him going over some of the points that critics have for this show, and the dude does everything in his power to avoid any of the real issues people have with Mushoku Tensei. Mushoku Tensei is a pedophile fantasy. That's the main problem that normal people have with the fucking show. Even if you call them casuals or whatever, it doesn't matter. I think that's a very justifiable response as to not liking the show. When I hear some people say, oh man, I dropped Hunter x Hunter because Hisoka is a fucking weirdo towards kids, I don't give them any bad judgment. I don't try to this thing that they do, they try to condescend to them and they try making it seem like, oh, you guys are the problem. No, the fan isn't. He's not the problem for not liking Hisoka. He's not the problem for not liking Rudius. You guys are the problem. Y'all are the fucking problem. Y'all are weirdos. Y'all support this shit because most of you don't even denounce the things that Hisoka does or Rudius does. You guys support him through and through, and it's absolutely fucking disgusting. And again, I could give a proof of this. There's this one part of his video where he points out that Rudius kidnaps these 2 schoolgirls and decides to molest them to see if he would, you know, to see if his dick would work, because at this point in the story, Rudius has erectile dysfunction, and they try to make it seem like this is some type of deep character development, when no, it's the fuck it's not. It's just the main character being a degenerate and you guys supporting it. But anyway, this is him basically brushing past what Rudius does. Check this out.
Moves on from the moment like it was normal. Guys, Nothing about this story or show is normal. It's literally fantasy about a guy who gets hit with a truck and reincarnates into a different world. Stop taking it so seriously.
Yeah, so this guy Monty Sensei, that's where he lost. He lost all of my respect. Any little bit of respect I had for him, I was like, nope, that is fucking gone. Because the dude is another one of these fucking losers that uses this as an excuse every time. Oh, it's just fiction, guys. It's just fiction. Y'all are taking it too seriously. Are you fucking stupid? Are you people stupid on purpose? Like it has to be. Because the reality is this, whether it's fiction or not, people are allowed to criticize the things that they see, the things that they watch, the media that they take a part in. They're allowed to criticize it. And that's just a part of being a part of whatever fandom you're a part of, right? It just is natural. But you all try to pretend, oh, these guys are too soft for this type of media or some bullshit. No, the reality is you guys are too far gone because y'all pretend that this shit is normal when it really isn't, man. Rudius, at this point in the story, molesting these two schoolgirls, he is, if I'm remembering correctly, he is a total of 51 years old. None of these schoolgirls know his real age, only the audience knows this. And y'all pretend like it's not an issue. Y'all never address it either. You try to sweep it under the rug every single time. And no matter how much people like me showed you proof like this,
I'm 34, so they're practically kids to me. 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 I'm 34, so they're practically kids to me.
So every single example that I've shown there, most of y'all just pretend, oh, well, you know, it's just fiction. It doesn't matter. Bro, listen. The main problem is that you guys support this fiction a little too much. It says a lot about you. And this is why in my Chibi Reviews video, I said I really hope none of y'all reproduce. I don't think y'all are normal people at all. Something is fucking wrong with you weirdos. Right. Another thing too is that with every example that I've shown there, you can see the age. It's him saying I'm 34. They're practically kids to me. This is him saying his real age in episode 1. And I looped the audio. And I know it was a bit cringy and annoying to listen to, but it's just to kind of, you know, send that point home, you know, it's to drive that point home basically, right? Y'all will make excuses for all of the different things that you'll see here every single time. We got a 41-year-old saying bad girls can't complain if someone takes their panties off. We got him taking her panties off while she's asleep. 41 years old, she's 9 years old. Y'all pretend this is not an issue. Either that or you do pretty much what Monty Sensei does here and you cherry pick which fucking points to argue. Y'all never go and talk about this. He's molesting a 9-year-old. This is a 41-year-old guy, right? And y'all pretend, oh, you know, well, he's actually only 7 in the fantasy world. No, you dumb bitch, right? I literally played the audio of him saying he's 34. They're practically kids to me. That is from episode 1. This is not before he died. This is when he was already in the body of the baby. And he still has his adult consciousness in his mind. So to every single one of you that uses that as an excuse, go fuck yourselves. Y'all are fucking losers. Okay, so anyway, to continue on, I want to kind of touch on this comment one of his loser fans said under his video. So this obvious weirdo on an alt account here says, and they're always on alt accounts anyway, so he says, so sad these people can't help to compare everything to our real world and can't enjoy the fantasy for what it is along with seeing it for something different. The main problem isn't the fantasy elements, you absolute moron. The problem is that the main character is a pedophile. That's the problem most normal people have with this show. Anyway, they continue to say, hot take, if you can't handle fantasy, maybe you should be watching shows or movies that don't have anything like that. Jeez, yeah, you people are stupid on purpose. So the creator Monty Sensei says, it's sad because that's where the joy of escapism comes into play. Being able to view the story on its own without comparing it to our reality. And again, this is such a brain dead take, because at the end of the day, I can look at Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter and still identify that he's a freak. Because now here's the thing, I really can pick any villain from any anime, any point. Like I could even use someone like Griffith. Right? I don't need to compare Griffith to our real world to know that he is a terrible character. That's the whole point, right? You guys are the equivalent of the people who says Griffith did nothing wrong. That's pretty much who you guys are. Like Mushoku Tensei defenders are pretty much the same as Griffith defenders, right? Like I don't need to compare Hisoka to anything in the real world to understand that he is a disgusting character that is sexually attracted to kids. Gon and Killua are kids. There's that one scene where they're walking in front of him and he is staring at their butts and it makes them uncomfortable. Everyone knows the scene. There's the other scene where Hisoka gets aroused and erect because of Gon, and even if it's because of his power level or whatever the fuck, it doesn't change anything. The reality is he is still attracted to a minor, right? So to me, I think all of y'all making these bullshit excuses and saying like, oh well, you know, it's just fantasy, y'all shouldn't compare it to real world logic. Like, you do realize the story still technically runs off of real world logic, right? You dumb fucks. Like, how can you say it doesn't we shouldn't compare it when technically you need real world logic to make these fantasy worlds work? Like at the core, we still know what right and wrong is, and that is as real as it gets. So again, it's just a bullshit, empty excuse that these clowns try to use, man, and it fails every time. It really does. Anyway, so there's this next one here. Damn, you're pathetic. Now this is me leaving the comment on his video, okay? So I have this pre-recorded because I was doing something at the time, but anyway. You Mushoku Tensei fans always yap about Rudeus's great character development, but the truth is he never develops past being a grown man that likes prepubescent children. That's the main problem with the show that everyone has. The 40-year-old Rudy grooms Sylphie, molests Eris multiple times throughout the early and even thinks about sleeping with his little sister, but the only reason he stops is because dad would beat me up. He doesn't stop because it's the wrong thing to do. He stops because he knows there will be a consequence for his degenerate actions. I continue to say here, it's obvious you cherry-picked the easier points to defend in this video, points that most people don't care about, right? Everyone else with a normal functioning brain can tell Mushoku Tensei is a pedophile fantasy, that instead of addressing the main character's biggest flaw, the author instead rewards his MC with a harem of loyal women he sexually assaulted. Strange, and I really find this part to be super true. It's strange how you are against Hollywood and the agenda Hollywood pushes into like all of its media, but you are perfectly okay with turning a blind eye to the most disgusting part of the show you praise so hypocritically. So yeah, man, basically all I gotta say again on this topic, if y'all agree that people like Chibi Reviews and Monty Sensei here, if you agree that they give the anime community a bad name, go ahead and like and subscribe. I fucking hate people like this. To me, I think if you're watching a show, you should be able to use your critical thinking skills. I love Berserk. Berserk is one of the darkest mangas out there, but I can still admit that Kentaro Miura definitely over-sexualized some of his panels. That's what we need. We need fans, like true fans who don't defend every single aspect of a show, right? Instead of being like these fucking morons here, like Chibi and Monty, right? Like y'all are stupid. Why can't you like the show? You could like the show but hate the main character. That's like a very reasonable fucking thing to do, because he does very despicable things. Dude is out here grooming 6-year-olds. He's baiting them with his magical skills, right? Dude literally said, like, you know, the only reason he's not smashing his 10-year-old, I think 11-year-old sister is because his father would beat him up. How is it that y'all can't just like the show and just hate a specific aspect of it that is kind of obviously, that should obviously be hated? Anyway, my point is, man, like, that y'all are fucking losers, right? You guys suck, right? If you're watching this video and you agree with my takes on these clowns, like and subscribe. If you disagree, let me know why in the comments below. Any comments that I deem annoying enough will just be deleted, okay? I don't give a fuck. I really don't care, right? If you all are out here just trying to like do things like call me monkey or insult my accent or the country I come from, I don't care. I'm just going to delete your comments, and you could complain as much as you want. If you leave a comment like that once, all of your comments will be removed, okay? There's a special neat little tool that allows me to remove all of your future comments, okay? So don't be a racist piece of shit just because I don't like pedophiles. Right? Don't be that guy. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about Amouranth next. So she basically has been having this absolute meltdown on Twitter, and I saw this is the first thing I saw. This guy Tyler Duran says, yeah, so Tyler Duran says, the same Amouranth that staged a home invasion, the same Amouranth that faked DMs with Ye, the same Amouranth that lied about not having a husband in the first place. I speak for everyone when I say,
let me tell you, we don't care.
We don't care.
We don't care.
So I was like, oh, what is this about? What did Amouranth do? And when I click it, I see Fairbuck has a post here saying, Amouranth called the police on her husband after he charged at her during an argument. The two have been arguing on stream for 10 hours.
Talk about problems. Hey, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Leave. You
face.
can move. You can go away.
I wasn't in camera view. You moved the camera view to me.
Bro? What is wrong with you? You got. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, man. Just looking at the way, the whole body language and everything about this just feels fake to me. You know, and like, I think this guy hit the nail on the head. This bitch is just out here pretty much using her dysfunctional, what seems to be her dysfunctional marriage as a way to get more clicks. I think that's honestly what's going on. It's no different. We've seen this happen multiple times with many other social media influencers before. So I don't think it's any different from any of the things that we've seen in the past.
I wasn't in camera view. You moved.
So the cops come and then they talk to her outside, and then they walk in so that shows up on frame. She says that she's okay, and then the cops pretty much leave, which to me, again, like, I don't know, man. This just seems so fake. It seems like they're just outing their dirty laundry so it would go viral. And I mean, obviously it's working. I saw she was trending for like 6 hours, you know. So then there's this one here where Fairbuck says Amouranth breaks down in tears after arguing with her husband for over 17 hours on stream.
All your friends can know your position on this.
What is your problem?
Strongly enough, they have to swap.
I cannot deal with this anymore.
Can you imagine that?
Call your dad.
This shit just seems like some bad drama TV type acting. This seems like, you know, the type of acting you would see in a Daman video, right? I don't believe what I'm seeing is real, honestly. And another thing is, like, why would they just be sitting for 17 hours outing all of their dirty laundry like this? You would think if it was real, someone would have gotten so emotional and blown up and left the room or something. You know what I mean? Like 17 hours, really? Like, am I supposed to believe that, you know, tensions are so high between the two of you that you're just, what, stuck to your fucking seats? Like, I don't understand. Like, and people are actually defending her and like running to her rescue and shit. Like, at the end of the day, this bitch is manipulative. She only cares about money. That's all Amouranth cares about. That's all she's ever cared about. So to me, I don't feel any sympathy, right, for this type of person. It just doesn't, like, asking me to feel sorry for Amouranth is the same as asking me to feel sorry for a drug addict. I'm just not, because at the end of the day, you're choosing the lifestyle. You know what I mean? So fuck her stupid looking husband, right? Like, fuck them and all of their bullshit rich people problems. Because in the clips that I've shown, you can't even make heads or tails out of like what's really happening. Everyone's just saying they've been arguing. There's no solid anything going on. I don't think it's real at all. But I'll let the remainder of this clip play out, and then we'll read some comments. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm not fucking playing any more of that screeching bullshit in my ear. So I'll just go straight to the comments, okay? So this is me here, Mr. Zon on Twitter. You could follow me on there. If you want any artwork done, I am doing commissions as well. Anyway, so this person here says, they are so good at getting this money, LMFAO. Exactly, right? That's what I'm saying, bro. I think this shit is just faked. It's just for the money, right? This person says she's just making demonic sounds of a soulless whore. Well, I don't disagree. Right, so this guy here says, is this a guy? Can't be. I'm not. I don't want to click that profile. Anyway, so this person here says, I feel bad for her. She should walk away. I can only imagine what it's like off camera, right? She's at her breaking point. Man, listen, I'm pretty sure the comments in here are just them talking shit about this person. Cause she got caught jacking another dude off and she's married. You feel bad for her? Question mark. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah. Maybe I should have found a clip with that. Yeah, he did confront her about, I think she was like beating off some dude from Fresh and Fit. It should be on Fairbox stuff here. So let me see. I'm pretty sure it should be here, right? Oh, there it is. Amouranth's husband pressed her about giving a handy to Aaron Pogson, okay, a producer from Fresh and Fit, in a parking lot.
And then you started calling me while we were at the karaoke bar a lot. That is no.
Oh, you didn't?
You were wanting an open relationship.
No, did you ask that? Okay, maybe I will sleep with Aaron. Did we say that?
No, that is
never?
not.
You
no.
never asked that?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay, we're gonna lie.
She overheard
We're literally
beating
not
off
lying.
a Aaron in the parking lot. Bro, these people yapping is so fucking annoying, man. Alright, so this person here said, who is still giving handies after 8th grade? Man, listen, I don't know, I don't think you know what you're missing, bro. Anyway, handies are awesome, okay? Bro, anyway, I don't want to dive into that too much. My fucking channel will get banned. Right, so this person says, imagine marrying a literal whore. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I truly believe people like him, he's just like Adam 22, right? He doesn't actually respect his wife. He doesn't actually care about her as a human being. He sees her as just a tool to make money for him. That's all she is, you know, and it just is what it is, man. So, man, I don't want to talk about this shit anymore. I don't really give a fuck about Amouranth and her stupid husband. right? I think there was another clip where he was complaining about her not making enough money, which kind of, you know, further proves my point about him just not caring about her as a person. So yeah, that's the video, man. We covered the 2 topics today, right? If you agreed with any of my opinions on either of these 2 topics, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you disagree, let me know why in the comments below. And besides that, everybody else have a good day.